guys, though, is I need you. I can't do this myself. I can bring everything I have to the table, and I do it. I don't leave anything. You want to know me on a personal level, and a lot of you do, because you've just been around me for so long. I am wired one way. I am 100% in, or I'm 100% out. That's how this works. So if I'm doing something, I do it all, or I don't do it. If I lose trust or faith or loyalty or whatever in people, disconnect. Because I don't know how to do the halfway in between. I'm very black or white. Are we doing something? Are we not? Are we passionate? Are we not? Are we in love? Are we not? Like what? I don't know how to do the in-between stuff. And for you to own the next chapters, plural, for you to own it, you've got to become that type of committed person. You've got to buy in, okay? I want to talk about something that's going to be very important. 2 topics that's going to be very important, very critical, strategic to the psychology and the emotional well-being of what comprises your next chapters in this company, okay? The difference of pleasure and happiness. Why are you here? Why are you working this business? Are you chasing pleasure or are you chasing happiness? Okay? Pleasure is like a drug. Pleasure is something you need over and over again. It's short term, it's short fixed. Like maybe you get some good feels from some element of this business, but the second you're not getting those good feels, it's not working, things have changed, I don't know. You're going to burn out on pleasure. You can't pursue life on pleasure. You've got to find why this business would drive your happiness. What is going to fuel your happiness as a result of working this business? That's what you need to pursue, right? The happiness that you get in a marriage or with your spouse, that's a long-term deal that has ups and downs, does it not? If you're in this perpetual state of trying to chase the pleasure, well, the second you have a rainy day with your spouse, you're out. Like, oh, I'm not getting my pleasure. It's no longer working for me anymore. Well, what if you changed the behavior that was causing it to no longer work for you anymore? Maybe the relationship or maybe the company is still the exact same today that it was a year ago, but maybe there's some behavior that's changed that's causing you to feel differently. So instead of changing companies or changing a spouse, what if you just change the behavior? Right? The next chapter has got to be about you finding happiness in what you're doing in this company. And knowing that happiness is not coming from the moment, okay? Ups and downs, adversity, storms. Winds are going to blow with you some days, and winds are going to blow against you some days. The second topic that's very relevant for the next chapters in your business is understanding that this is a journey, not a destination. You can't be so fixated on where you're going or where the company is going. I don't have a crystal ball. All I can do is make the best decisions from the abilities that I have to make those decisions based on the circumstances that I'm living in today. That's all I can do. I don't know what the world's going to do tomorrow. I don't know what type of economic shifts are going to happen. 5 years from now, where's the company going? Well, I can tell you where I'm trying to take it. I can tell you what I'm actively doing on the here and now. But live with the journey. I mean, if you look where we're at right now, you turn around and you look where the company started. I couldn't have told you any of that was going to happen. But we lived in the moment. I didn't focus on the destination. And for those of you, that destination is maybe a goal that you have, or maybe something that you really want to accomplish, and you're so fixated on that, you're not actively in the present to do what it needs to happen to get to that. You follow? Does that make sense a little bit? So when I think about the next chapter of the company, for me personally, when I say it in my sense, next chapter, right? And for those of you that don't know that story, I was in Cabo. It was over the holidays. Like, I was so fired up about the GLP-1 launch that was coming up. And I don't know. I had really good feels about 2025. Like, I was just in a great space. I felt fantastic. I don't even know how to tell you where the energy was coming from, other than I guess I was just really passionate on what myself and the team was working on with the launch and with 2025 and our goals and our initiatives. And I felt like this is like something new. And I didn't have it on the tip of my tongue next chapter, but I was getting ready to go out on my boat. I like boating. I love Cabo. Lived part-time there for 10 years. And the boat that was parked right next to me in the marina, it said next chapter. That was the name of the boat. And I was staring at it. I was like, gosh, like, if that's not so relevant, it's not even funny. And so when I think of that, for me, in my sense, what I'm sharing today is like what I write down for myself. It's like my meditative, pleasure versus happiness, journey versus destination, commitment. Be about something or be about nothing. Like, how many people, if they were asked about you and you were not around, like, hey, what does she do? What do they do? Is the answer, oh, she's with that health and wellness company, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's been with them for a long time, she's a mother, she's got kids, but man, what she does is she's really with that Thrive company? Or is the response, well, I don't really know. I mean, she's kind of sharing a new product every 60 days. She's, on this ultimate kick of multiple streams of income. I think she's got 16 multiple streams of income. I don't even know how she works on all 16. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with multiple streams, but you can only chase so many rabbits and still be effective, right? Be about something or be about nothing. I mean, if you didn't hear me this morning, and I said it with all love and respect, about particular earners contacting me sometimes that I haven't heard from in years. I think they're the greatest people, but I don't have any more emotional bandwidth left for people, for the uncommitted. Either be with me, be with us, or don't. I wish you the best. Great. You think another company is better for you? Perfect. You're never going to hear me badmouth you. You're never going to hear me badmouth your decision. Who can doubt you or anyone for making a decision that you think is best for you and your family? You want to go do something else? Great. Fine. Great. Perfect. Here's who I am. Here's who we are. Here's the mission we're on. Love to have you with us. But if you're not, that's fine. But if you are, then be here. Be with us or don't. But don't be in the middle. Be about something or be about nothing. Watch this one right here. Detach from the rumor mill. Okay? Listen. Is there anything productive for what you are trying to achieve for you and your family that's going to come through the rumors of what he or she is doing or what he or she is saying, or did you hear about this? That's small-minded gossip. Okay? Is there anything productive? When I used to work in the field and build teams and organizations, anytime that stuff came my way, it was a very easy fix. I would just say, and I was very polite. I would just say, hey, look, thank you, but my job is to help you make money. My job is to help you build a business. this is not how it gets done. And I'd turn it back on them. How can I help you today? What can we do? Who can we talk to? What type of call can we schedule? The gossip mill, let it go. You cannot let that in here. It's going to do nothing but distract you. It is a distraction. What I loved about our guest speaker talking about the shift, it's so spot on. I mean, if you want your next chapter to read differently than the previous chapters, you have to change something. Period. You know, it's like if there's a problem in a relationship, right? And one of the spouses is doing something that's really hindering the relationship, like it's a pain point, it's causing friction, it's causing a disconnect. It's never going to return to what it was unless there's a change. Do you agree?
Yes.
What can you do differently? This comes back to commitment. Okay? Judge me by what I do, not by what I say. Same for you. In 2025, judge yourself by what you do, by what you say. So if you say you're committed, what changes could you make personally and in the business that will help you achieve and write greater chapters going forward? Okay? You're going to love this one. You have got to be very careful to who you let bend your ear.
Amen.
There is not a more relevant time right now in our business and in the industry of people trying to behoove you, of people trying to be your friend, people really caring about you, people really wanting to catch up with you, people wanting to bend your ear. And you know what? If you're ever in the gray of well, is this authentic or is this... It's a very simple question to ask yourself. Would I ever hear from this person ever again if there was not any money or benefit to be had off of me? It's very... And usually, if you're second guessing the situation or the person or the relationship, your gut probably already knows the answer, right? But, man, protect yourself. Look, your self-value has got to mean something. You have got to have a very high self-value and self-worth. You're a badass. I mean, write down the positive attributes that you have. If I was having lunch with you or coffee with you, and I said, hey, I want to get to know you a little bit more, other than your amazing, great looks, tell me what else about you is great. What are your attributes? Sell me. You'd say, well, I'm this, I think I'm this, I want to be that, I hope I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. And what is that value? What is that worth? Protect that. Don't let some dumbass come into your tent and tell you a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. The amount of crap that's said out there about the company, about me, about this, about the industry, what? Okay, great. Think however you want to think. Here's what I'm doing. Here's where I'm going. Put the laser beams on. So listen, we've had a phenomenal day, and I want to ask you guys, do you think this kind of hybrid model is cool? Do you like this in live?
Yeah.
So, right, but here's the catch-22. The industry has changed, okay? I mean, I've got friends that are, owners in Keller Williams. RE/MAX, they're like, Cam, you're not the only one. We used to put, 20,000 agents in a room. It's just not the space. I mean, we were talking last night at the Millionaire Dinner, or the Mixer. Think of how relevant back in 2017, 18, when the Success for Home magazine was being sold in Barnes & Nobles. How is Barnes & Noble still even in business? And we were like killing it with this magazine that's like, it's gone. So we're having to adapt. Like we had a killer March. I mean, everything, all the numbers were up. Everything is looking good. We're going to come out of here this week. We have a crazy promotion that's going to launch. And we want you guys to rally all around it. We're going to do a post-Elevate State of Lavelle call. You're going to rally around that. The new products go live today. That's going to take off. The promotion's going to go live with the State of Lavelle. I mean, we're going to take off. We had a great March. We're going to have a killer April. We're going to kick ass in 25. That's what Lavelle is. But I need you guys to come together like you never have before, right? And I need you to go into war mode. Let's go write history. Let's do it. And I'm actually thinking about, instead of having one giant one of these that goes on for 8 hours, how can we take this concept and do 3 a year? Maybe 4 a year. Maybe they're 2 hours. Maybe they're 3 hours. But we use this method to reach hundreds of thousands of people throughout the year versus trying to reach 10,000 one time a year. And so we're always thinking, we're always asking the question, how can we do it better? How can we grow? Where do we go from here? But the only thing I have to say is that I'm here for you guys more than I've ever been. I feel in a great space. I love the story of Lavelle. I love the adversity that we've gone through. I love the adversity that you don't know about that we've gone through, but that's okay because that's what I'm here for. I take that head on and fight it, and I like doing that. But I like the future we have. But it's got to come from a determined spirit. I had a mentor at a very young age when I fell backwards into this industry, and he was super successful, very bright guy. He was great with teaching people and using analogies and just very easy ways to relate to people. And he just said, Jason, he said, success is not difficult. He said, it takes a stupid person to overcomplicate something, but it takes an intelligent person to simplify something. And he said, success is not complicated. It's very simple. He said, you're going to determine what you want in life. You're going to determine something that you want. You're going to naturally have a vision of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. And it's going to come down to a very simple question of how bad do you want it. That's it. And if there's one thing that I've done right, I feel like if I could have failed at everything, and trust me, I've made mistakes. I make them every day. I've got my list of shortcomings is just as long as anybody's, right? But the one thing that I can look back on and be proud about is, man, I have put up a fight. And I haven't put it up once, I've put up twice, I put it up over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And was it hard? Did I get tired? Am I tired now? Am I fatigued? Something? Am I stressed? Yes, of course. But I wanted it more than I cared about those feelings of the pain or the adversity or the stress or the this or the that, because I knew if I can achieve this, that's my source of happiness versus chasing momentary pleasures. And so the one thing that we've got to leave here with, it's got to be the commitment. I'm telling you, I've never felt like, okay, this is our focus, guys. It's commitment. If there's a word of the year, sure, next chapter, that's a theme. But if there's a word of the year, it's commitment. But it's not commitment based on words. It's commitment based on action. Judge me by what I do, not by what I say. And that's got to be fueled by determination. You've got to show in 2025 the most determined side of you, the most committed side of you that we've ever seen. And if you'll give me that, and if I'll give you what I've got and let this team bring to the table what they have, you're going to see the complete opposite of companies like O'Dare. You're going to see a new story in the industry yet again. Wow, that company that was the fastest to $1 billion in the entire industry under 4 years, that company, that one company, it was likely the fastest to 2, and the industry's falling apart, and these guys are absolutely taking off. It's there for us, but nobody's going to give it to us. Does anybody in this room want to go take it?
Yeah!
Then let's go take it. Love you guys so much. Let's go kill it. Let's get ready for our next chapters. And before we close, we're going to get a grand picture. We're going to celebrate. We're going to get all the leaders up here, and we're going to have a finale close. So let's play